Okay, so last time we talked, I know you said you wanted to get the recipes for your party from the Pioneer Woman New Frontier cookbook. I know you said that you really liked her style of cooking, so I thought that we could just go through the recipe book right here, and we can pick some stuff out for your party. Now, before we do that, I do just want to ask you a few questions about, what kind of guests are going to be there, what specifically you're looking for. So let me just get to a fresh page here. Okay, so let's go over here. For this party, how many people are there going to be? 35? Okay, so 35 guests. And what kind of meals are you particularly looking for? Okay, so you definitely want, 2 different types of appetizers. 2 appetizers. And then for entrees, how many are we looking for there? 3, okay. 3 entrees. And then for dessert, 2, okay, sounds good. 2 desserts. Okay, so let's go through. Are you, specifically wanting a certain kind of cuisine, or are you pretty open? Okay, lovely. So let's just go through. Okay, let's take a look, and then once we finalize everything, I'll enter it into the system, okay? Okay, so here's the table of contents. I do just want to go over this, and then we can kind of, instead of going through the entire book, which is, quite a bit, we can pick and choose what sections we want to look at based on what you're looking for. Now, what time is this party going to be, or more than that, what kind of food would you like to serve? Breakfast food, lunch food, dinner food? It's going to be, okay, so evening times. So definitely more on the dinner side. Okay, so this is going to be dinner time. Alrighty. So we'll stay away from the breakfast and lunch, but because we want to go to the snacks and starters, let's head there. That is on page 77. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Here we go. Okay. So here are all the recipes that she has for snacks and starters, so we can go ahead and pick 2 of these. Now, she does have a Parmesan crisps, 2 ways. We have a salsa verde, salsa roja. We have a zucchini caprese sliders, blueberry ricotta crostini. We have here a Greek guacamole, goat cheese truffles, smoked salmon cucumber bites, knots, taco stuffed mini peppers, Chuck's shrimp brochettes, queso fundido, heavenly stuffed mushrooms, and spicy pig in a blanket. Now, do any of these stick out to you more? Okay. So the Greek guacamole, okay, definitely that. We'll take a look at these and make sure that you like all the ingredients and whatnot before we make sure that we really want it at the party. But other than that, are you thinking anything else? I would probably say either the goat cheese truffles or the taco stuffed mini peppers. The goat cheese truffles? Perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at the guacamole. That's on page 92, and then the truffles on page 94. And then if you don't like anything, then we can go back and reconsider, okay? So, perfect. Those look phenomenal, don't they? Okay, here is the Greek guacamole. So, what makes it Greek? Let's see here. Okay, so in here it does have avocados, perfectly normal, garlic, tomatoes, diced red onion. We have some jarred roasted red peppers, that's definitely leaning more Mediterranean, as well as we have pitted Kalamata olives here. Parsley, we have some dill, ground cumin, salt, lemon juice, feta cheese as well, and pita bread is served with it, or root vegetable chips. Yeah, I think this is a great way to combine two different cuisines, and it's something that a lot of people would definitely like. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. So for appetizers, we are going with the Greek guacamole. Okay, so since you're certain on that, I am going to enter it into the system right here. Dinner party. We have appetizers, and two of them, one being our Greek guacamole. Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at the next recipe. Goat cheese truffles. Okay, so these look very interesting. Now, are you going to be making all of the food yourself, or would you like us to find someone to do that labor for you? No worries. Once we get closer to the dinner party, you can definitely, let me know, and whatever way you go, we can definitely help out, okay? Okay, so this has goat cheese, sour cream, kosher salt, toasted sesame seeds. We also have finely chopped dried cherries, which is very interesting, as well as walnuts. Okay, and they do actually show you picture by picture on the steps and what to do. And it does give you some variations down here, so you can kind of do it a few different ways. As you can see, that's how they are pictured. So you can coat it with a mix of chopped fresh herbs, which is this green one right here. You can coat it with sun-dried tomatoes mixed with minced fresh basil, or any combination of nuts. Okay? And this recipe makes about 24 truffles. Yes, okay, so let's see if that's it for that. Yeah, I believe so. So did these interest you? Not too much? Okay, so let's take a look back at the table of contents where the starters started. Okay, and I know you said the mini peppers. Do you want to take a look at that really quick? Okay, so that's 103. Let's see here. Here we go. Oh, here's a picture of them. So these are nice, cute, kind of snack bite size, which is really nice. What makes it easy is that everyone has their own serving, and it's, nice and compact, I would say. So let's go over the ingredients for this, see if it's something that you are interested in. So we have olive oil, we have yellow onion, garlic, we have ground beef in here, chili powder, ground cumin, cayenne, kosher salt and black pepper, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 1 small avocado, a 1/4 cup sour cream, juice of 1 lime, and the zest. We have some whole milk, mini sweet peppers, and carameled queso fresco and cilantro leaves. Yes, I totally understand what you're saying. We already do have avocado, guacamole, so this would kind of just be, on that same note. So I understand that you want to do something different. So let's look for something else. Here we go. Okay, so does anything else sound good to you? Okay, either the caprese sliders or the stuffed mushrooms? Perfect. If I'm being completely honest, I feel like the stuffed mushrooms might be the better way to go, because then you have one cold appetizer and one warm appetizer. It'll be nice variation, and also they're 2 very different vibes. So, it's more accommodating to the guests. Okay, let's take a look. So we are trying to get to 111. Here we go. Okay, now let's see if this has a second page. Ooh, wow. So this is what they're going to look like. They also are single serve bite size, which is really nice, really convenient, but they look absolutely amazing in my opinion. So let's look at the ingredients here. So we have white button mushrooms, so your classic mushrooms. We have some fontina cheese, Italian sausage. We have yellow onion, garlic cloves, fresh oregano, fresh thyme, minced parsley, white wine, and panko breadcrumbs. Does that sound up your alley? Yeah, that would actually be a wonderful idea. So if you wanted to make it spicy and a little bit more unique, what you could do is use chorizo instead of that Italian sausage. I think that would be so lovely. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I really like this one. It's also very simple too. Okay, so we have heavenly stuffed mushrooms. Okay, and that's, I should have wrote down the page of the last one. This is on page 111. And we are going to be substituting chorizo. That's amazing. I love that. Let me just go back really quick. I just want to find this Greek guacamole on here. Perfect. So this is 92. I know it's quite a storm out there, huh? Pretty crazy. Okay. So now that we decided on that, I'm just going to enter this in really quick. And make a note here to sub chorizo. Okay, so now let's take a look at the entrees. Let's go all the way back. Oh, here's the contents. So, yada yada yada. Now we have chicken, beef and pork, seafood, and meatless, and some sides. But did you want to do any sides? It didn't seem like you did. You're okay? All right, no problem. So for the dinner options, we have chicken, beef and pork, seafood, and meatless. So which area are you drawn to, or what would you like to provide for the guests? Oh, okay. Okay, so let's do the seafood and meatless then. Perfect. So we can probably choose... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's 3 entrees. Okay, well, it would be good. I think chicken is probably most versatile. If you wanted to look for a recipe in that realm as well. Okay, so let's do chicken, seafood, and meatless. Let's pick one from each of the categories. So what are we doing here? Looking for entrees. Entrees, here we go. So 1, 2, and 3. Chicken, 137. Here we go. Okay, so we have pork rind chicken strips. We have mesquite grilled chicken, a buffalo chicken quesadilla, chicken and dumplings, chicken with roasted red pepper sauce, spatchcock chicken, slow cooker butter chicken, chicken with pesto cream sauce, and creamy chicken and wild rice soup. Now, pairing with your appetizers that you have going on, I'm assuming you want to stick to a semi-casual type of dinner. You don't want anything as casual as a quesadilla, for example, but you don't want anything like, a crazy fancy prepared dish. Okay, so if I'm being honest with you, I would probably choose between the slow cooker butter chicken or the chicken with roasted red pepper sauce could do really well. It is warmer out right now, so I would say stay away from the soup, or the mesquite grilled chicken would be a good option as well. You're definitely interested in the mesquite grilled chicken? Okay, so we'll take a look at that. Yeah, and if you like that one, then we can just go with that. 142, let's see. Okay, so this looks really fresh, really simple, but also really nice and nothing too casual, such like a chicken tender or something like that. So what we have here, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, brown sugar, mesquite flavored liquid smoke, Worcestershire sauce, sorry, that's a mouthful, garlic, zest and juice of 1 lemon, kosher salt and black pepper, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and then some miscellaneous sliced veggies to go along with that. Yeah, no, I totally get what you mean. It's definitely on the simpler side. It's definitely very tasty as well, because it probably more resembles like a barbecue, because you got that sweet aspect to it. However, I do understand what you're saying. You want it to be just a little bit more elevated. So let's take a look at the chicken with roasted red pepper sauce on 151. Ooh, okay, so this definitely looks a little bit more upscale. Okay, so this has boneless, skinless chicken breasts again, olive oil, salt and pepper, Italian seasoning, butter, yellow onion, garlic cloves, roasted red peppers, vegetable broth, heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, and minced parsley. So even though it is on the more elevated side, the ingredients are simple, and it does look like it is fairly easy to put together. What do you think about this? It actually does say it's great for guests up here, so I think this one's definitely a winner. Sure. Okay, so this is going to be the chicken with roasted red pepper sauce. Page 151. Okay. Trying to find here the table of contents. Must have, oh, here we go. Okay, so now let's go to the seafood on 205. Here we go. That was easy. Let me actually enter this into the system really quick. The chicken with roasted red pepper sauce. I'm gonna do a new thing here for the entrees. There we go. So to go with that, we can either do a quick shrimp and grits, we can do fish almondine, sheet pan shrimp puttanesca, Parmesan fish sticks, shrimp scampi lasagna roll-ups, herb citrus salmon, teriyaki shrimp and pineapple parcels, surf and turf skewers, or miso tilapia. I would probably, let me see what you've got going on here. I would either do the fish almondine, the herb citrus salmon, or the teriyaki shrimp and pineapple. You want to look at the herb citrus salmon? Okay. 222. Let's jump to that. Perfect. There it is. So it looks really nice. Okay. So in here, there's going to be olive oil, minced parsley, thyme, oregano, salt and pepper, asparagus, carrots, cherry tomatoes, skinless salmon fillets, a lemon, 1 lime, and 1 orange. It also does say it's great for guests up here too. Okay, so let's do that. Perfect. What's great about this is salmon is a very common fish, and it's more versatile. In case someone is more of a picky eater, salmon is one of those fish where, you know, more people eat it than not. So it is a great It is a great addition for versatility and things of that nature. So, herb, citrus, salmon, page 222. Alrighty. So now we can go to the meatless section. Here we go. Okay. So the third entree, we have street corn soup, cauliflower fried rice, sweet potato and kale tacos, eggplant parmesan, spaghetti squash bowls, mean green mac and cheese, curried cauliflower, grilled halloumi and vegetables, fajita veggie zucchini boats, drunken spaghetti, and kung pao cauliflower. In my opinion, I think that you could definitely use some sort of pasta, something that is creamy, because everything else is definitely on the lighter side. So the mac and cheese is probably going to be a really great addition if you want to take a look at that. It's definitely a little heavier too, adds a little bit more substance to everything. Okay, perfect. Definitely looks good, but it's a little too warm for this season. Here we go. Oh wow, do you see that there? That looks amazing. So inside, it's going to be spinach, arugula, basil, mint, parsley, garlic, red pepper flakes, salt, pepper, and oil. Wow. Now the cheese sauce is going to be salted butter, flour, dry mustard, whole milk, half and half, salt, black pepper, white cheddar cheese, fontina cheese, and Monterey Jack cheese. This sounds absolutely amazing. You definitely want to do this. I don't blame you. And also the topping here, it looks amazing. Oh yeah, there's panko breadcrumbs on there as well. Wow, okay. This is going to be such a great addition because even though it is mac and cheese, just look at it. It's very elevated looking and it has a different depth of flavor with all of the herbs and greens in there. So mean green. Mac and cheese. Page 249. Okay, so that was everything for the entrees. It's all really coming together really nicely. Let's go back. Now for desserts, you wanted 2. Okay. We have small sweet bites and desserts. So are you more drawn to one or do you want to do one from each? I personally think that if you do one from the small sweet bites and one from the desserts are probably a little more formal, but the small sweet bites are great for guests just because they can take just one piece of something and, you know, they just have options, so they don't need to have a full dessert if they don't want to. Oh, yeah, of course. So let's go look at that, $2.91. Okay, so we have chocolate cherry cream cheese pie bites. We have key lime pie bites, animal cookies, ice cream bonbons, mini churro bites, and mini glazed brownies. The key lime pie bites. Okay, let's take a look at those. Okay, let's see what these are gonna look like at the end. Okay, wow. So even though they are small, little, they do look very elevated and will be great for this type of occasion. And a lot of people do like key lime. We're also looking at the brownies. Okay, let's skip to that really quick and then we can choose which one you would want better. Okay, so this is what the brownies would look like. A little too casual. Okay, the key lime bites are going to be fantastic. So it has graham crackers, lime zest, sugar, and butter for the crust. And the filling is going to be lime zest, lime juice, egg yolks, and sweetened condensed milk. And then whipped cream for serving. But this is very, very simple ingredients, so this would be really easy to put together. Also, it's great for guests. It does say it's really good to make ahead as well. Perfect. Key lime pie bites. Page 295. Okay, now let's look at the desserts. We have a butterscotch lava cakes, chocolate mint icebox cake, dessert donuts, caramel pecan cheesecakes, strawberry sprinkle cheesecakes, caramel apple quesadillas, fast and fruity no-churn ice cream, chocolate devils, vanilla bean meringue cookies, peanut butter stuffed chocolate chunk cookies, 11 carton cake, funnel cake sundaes, and confetti cake. Okay, so we do have the key lime pie bites. Now those are going to be a little bit more on, yes, they do have sweet, but they're also a little bit tart. So I think to pair well with this, or to give some variation, we should do something that's more rich and decadent. I think it'll play nicely with that. So, and something that's easily accessible for a party. So anything that's super cold, like the ice cream and the sundaes, I would probably stay away from, especially because it'll be a little bit harder to manage, especially when serving, because everything will melt. But like we said, the key lime pie bites are great, and they're also going to be served chilled, but they won't melt if they get warm, because they're in their little casing. So I think we should do something that is either room temperature or something that you can warm up if you wanted to, and that has rich and decadentness to it. For that, I would really go with something more chocolate based. Let's see. I would honestly check out the butterscotch lava cakes. Okay, let's go try that. Oh wow, those look amazing. Let's see, does it have any chocolate? So honestly, I don't see any chocolate besides, you can put ice cream on top of it. So let's go back and reconsider. Let's order something that's chocolatey. So chocolate devils. Okay, let's take a look at those. Ooh. Okay, now this is what we're talking about, huh? Perfect. So, in here, the cake is going to be flour, sugar, salt, some salted butter. We have unsweetened cocoa powder, water, buttermilk, 2 large eggs, baking soda, and vanilla extract. The frosting is going to have whole milk, all-purpose flour, salted butter, sugar, and vanilla extract. And then the ganache, which is this lovely, lovely part on top, is going to be semi-sweet chocolate chips, heavy cream, vanilla extract, and maraschino cherries. So that is definitely going to be decadent. Now, it does look pretty casual in my opinion, but I think it's the best recipe based on everything we have spoken about. What would make it a little bit more elevated, what we can do is, instead of the cherry, we can do some sprinkled powdered sugar, or some of those pearl type sprinkles that are iridescent, just to kind of take it up a notch. Or we can even shape this in a different way. So you can use a different sort of cutter to make the cake a different shape that looks a little bit more elegant, maybe in like a rectangle. Yeah, so this is definitely something easier to make look better, because it's very surface level and doesn't require you to change the actual recipe. Perfect. Okay, let's do that. Okay, perfect. So I did have all that written down. so I do just want to confirm again. So we're gonna go with the Greek guacamole as appetizer. Okay. The heavenly stuffed mushrooms, sub chorizo. Okay. Then for entrees, we have 3 different ones. We have chicken with roasted red pepper sauce. We have the herb citrus salmon. And then we have the mean green mac and cheese. Good? Okay. And then for desserts, we have the key lime pie bites. And then the chocolate devils. Perfect. Now, in my opinion, this is such a wonderful list. I think all of these are different, but they all can be paired well with each other and will bounce off of each other nicely without being too light, too heavy. I think it'll be just the perfect combination. It has enough flair, but is also versatile for, anyone who is a little pickier. Okay, perfect. So I am going to email you this list. I know that you wanted to have a copy of the cookbook just for safekeeping and to be able to look through just to make sure that everything is the way you want it. So I'm going to give you this. I'll just set it right beside you over here. Now, I am just going to take your email address really quick because I am going to formulate a list of every item that you are going to need based off of all of these recipes. Yes, so I will make sure that that is all done, and then closer to the party, I know you wanted to think about whether you wanted to hire us to do some of that labor, some of that cooking for you, or whether you wanted to do that yourself. So you can let us know the latest a week out of the party. So I'm just going to email this to you, so can I just grab your email? Okay. Okay. Well, we have you all set, and I look forward to speaking to you soon and staying in touch. Okay. Bye-bye.